mean, I don't want to talk about it now. I have my resources, and I'm not exaggerating or lying. They are saying that those who are involved, I'm talking about, I mean, I'm sorry to say this in the YouTube, there is only the white race behind it. Two groups, calling itself the Christian groups, and the Jewish so-called Israeli group. Involved, the White House and things. The way they are even in Riyadh, when they talk about Saudi Arabia and things. Now, if you are not a Muslim, if you don't believe that Allah is the creator of existence and Muhammad is the final messenger, again, if you do not believe that Allah is the creator of, I don't care, I need to say this. If you do not believe that Allah is the creator of existence and Muhammad is the final messenger, and absolutely are not gonna believe in this as a belief, and I have explained this point, and I have explained to you the law and Sharia laws. If you are not gonna, I am him, the Messiah, okay? It's me. Especially for these two groups. I am him, the Messiah, that's all. I am the Messiah. I tell you what will happen to you after death, that's it. Now, regardless of me, I am the Messiah, okay? If you're not a Muslim, the Messiah didn't return back yet. Now, saying that exactly due to them what we did to the Native Americans, change them. Saudi Arabia must change. Saudi Arabia must adopt culture that won't cause any threat to the so-called Israeli state, one, or a culture that is not a threat to the intruders as well, who are not Ishmaelians. A culture that, yes. شوف أنا قاعد. Those people doesn't understand anything. I mean, even there is sub-talk between the Goys and the so-called Israeli state, that talking to people who are not natives in Gulf states, in the Ishmaelian territory, okay? And mind me. You're possessed, I'm not possessed with anything. That we are Goys. Many of the Israeli, they say this, of course they are so-called Israelis, many of the Israeli people are not Jewish. Again, the same mistake, are not Israelite. This is the case. You're not Israeli, why are you there? And I have explained this, don't delete the videos please, that the devil, as a result to something happened in Europe, something between the religion, the faith of the so-called Christian and the so-called Israelite, have emerged after this change, after the Industrial Revolution and things, and revolting against the church. But still, it is in the subconscious of the nation, okay? And the atheist, world found that it suited him to make a Jewish state in the Holy Land. And the Jews themselves worked with this. Now, I'm not going to go and question those who call themselves Jews, and because some of them believe in God. What are you doing? I mean, begging, they're saying. Some Jews even saying, well, they're talking about the so-called Christians, saying pagans. What about this Munira? This Jewish candles, which is 5 figure of Taghut, which have nothing to do with the real Israelis. Perhaps something you can find some draws in the mountain, like the cross and things like that. I'm not going to go involve myself there, but they said we want to get rid of Islamic power. The Khilafah is weak right now. This is before the century and more. And the Jews in Turkey and Egypt, there is a lot among them. They are, come on, we push it from Europe. Make the Holy Land, our Holy Land, of course. I'm a normal person, yani. I'm not talking about myself, the Muslim Holy Land. See, I don't. To establish this so-called Israeli state, okay? So they are, even those atheists, they say, well, no Islam, no power of Khilafah. Turkish, come on, so-called Israeli. And people are just wondering how those Egyptian leaders in Turkish that time, and where is Islam? Where is Islam? Where is Islam? How can this happen? How can this happen? I mean, they are in their graves right now. I will die someday, definitely, of course. We all gonna die. I don't want to involve myself for what's happening to them, but the case is, and I have nothing to do with this after death, but the case, I just pray to Allah. We all need a punishment to those who rape our life or cause problem to us. Just cause problem. A problem that I don't want to deal with, they just cause it to me. So, I don't want to talk about this. I've talked about it in the Arabic videos. That so how the devil managed to do this, understand me? And so those who call themselves Jews, I mean, you believe in God? What are you doing? I've explained it in Arabic. I don't care even if but I think just so. To be honest with you, I'm here in England just to tell people. Do not come and explain to me about so-called Christianity or here in the West. I mean, this is rubbish. Seriously, and it's an atheist. That's why I'm here. If it's a so-called Christian country, no. Even at the beginning of the last century, I wouldn't come when this sense of the so-called Christianity is still there. No, it's finished. You don't come explain to me how people just ran away, how the government institute just ran away from the so-called Christianity. I mean, explain to me what happened in Russia and the West, the cross, and how the devil reformed himself there. I mean, sometimes the West. The case is what I'm trying to say. Now, the problem is that Saddam Hussein, if he was not executed, Tariq would be in a better, far better in a way you cannot even imagine. But the case comes with everything since the last century. Now, let's return back to the topic. Some dialogue that there is in the Israeli state. There is a lot of people who are not descendant from a real Israeli race. None of you, that's for sure. And I assure you, none of you, starting with those from Africa and those from Bergia and those who are from Brazil or Ashkenazi or whatever, Russia, none. With due my great respect to all people, all their faith and their choice, not the faith. Trump, for example, himself, do to them what we did to the Native American. I just say this. I mean, this. I can see things. Now I can see things. I can see which figure of a human being we're dealing with right now. Yes. But the case is that let's return back to the case where sub-dialogue لما written بحالة that you are not descendant from a native Arabs, and we got some Israelis. We get some Israelis who are not some Israeli passport who are guys يعني who are not descended from a real what they call Jew, real Israeli base. So we help each other. We help each other. Oh, لحظة دقيقة. Ooh. So they say honestly, they say we help each other يعني. Oh look, you can see for example what happened to me. There is no fixing in my case, and they know exactly what I'm trying. But the case is bigger than me. I'm nothing. So they are saying this sub-dialogue that some of the Israeli people are not native or not native Jews, and you are as well. So we at the end protect each other. Big mistake. Because everything you say in this world, every touch, everything is recorded on you. I ask Allah His absolute mercy, of course. It's tiring process. For a person, I understand there is a lot of people who are far worse, but a person like me it's just a terrible process والله العظيم. إن شاء الله بحسن الخاتمة على الثبات. النهاية برحمته وأرحم الراحمين. The other issue when they these 2 points is just I'm serious. I mean the resources levels. But these two things that a so-called Israelite talking to a so-called Arabs, and they're saying it's their sub-secondary type of agreement. Is it يعني هي أيوة no no we are here protecting each other. I mean, this is a sad something. I understand. This is the normal Muslim, if they know about things like this, will become really angry. But alhamdulillah, I'm not alone. Alhamdulillah. But I consider it. If you dare call me a magician, and I'm not talking to any dead. And when it comes to the curses, I'm explaining to you what will happen.